Punisher vs. Deathstroke, the ultimate gear showdown. What happens when two of the most calculated and lethal individuals in the world of combat collide? Frank Castle, known as the Punisher, and Slade Wilson, the infamous Deathstroke, are both kings of the battlefield in their own right. Beyond their raw abilities, what really sets them apart is their gear, the tools of destruction that turn them into legends. But here's the pressing question. Which character's arsenal and tactical approach truly reigns supreme in a head-to-head battlefield scenario? This isn't just about weapons or explosions, this is a dive deep into strategy, synergy, and how their gear amplifies their unique combat styles. Which warrior has mastered the art of turning their tools into extensions of themselves, and which approach holds the ultimate edge? Let's find out. First, let's set the stage by understanding who these two combatants truly are. Haunted by the murder of his family, Frank Castle embraced vengeance and turned it into his life's mission. A former Marine with a black and white moral code, Castle takes out criminals with unrelenting brutality. But Frank's not just a brute. He's a master technician, an expert in guerrilla warfare, and someone who knows how to turn any situation into an advantage using nothing but guts and his arsenal. Deathstroke, on the other hand, is the epitome of precision and control. After becoming a super soldier through a military experiment, Slade's abilities reach superhuman levels. He's faster, stronger, and more calculated than any ordinary fighter. A brilliant tactician, mercenary, and master assassin, Wilson doesn't waste a single movement. Every strike is deliberate, making him as much an intellectual warrior as a physical one. Frank Castle doesn't rely on flashy gadgets or futuristic weapons. His arsenal is straightforward but devastating, designed purely to wreak havoc. Shotguns, sniper rifles, pistols, grenades. He has a weapon for every situation, often adopting military-grade hardware to cut down groups of enemies with brutal efficiency. Castle doesn't hesitate to go loud, using the shock and awe factor of machine guns and explosives to overwhelm his enemies. In his hands, a simple sawed-off shotgun becomes a statement of unrelenting punishment. However, what makes Punisher's gear formidable isn't just firepower, it's how he wields it. Frank's combat style thrives on adaptability. If he's low on ammo, he turns to the environment. Car doors become shields, gas pipes become weaponized traps, and household items are transformed into deadly improvisations. His experience as a Marine hones his tactical thinking on the fly, allowing him to exploit weaknesses and strike when enemies least expect it. Punisher's style is built on sheer relentlessness. He doesn't need cutting-edge tech or superhuman abilities because his tools become an extension of his raw, human tenacity. He's the unstoppable storm, and every weapon he uses is another thunderclap of destruction. Deathstroke approaches combat from the opposite end of the spectrum. Where the Punisher favors brute force, Deathstroke prioritizes precision and efficiency. Slade's weapons are a tactical symphony, calculated for maximum impact. His Prometheum armor is his foundation, giving him nearly indestructible protection without sacrificing mobility. From there, his arsenal branches out into advanced technology. His energy lance delivers devastating strikes both up close and from afar, while his firearms are customized for enhanced accuracy. But Slade's synergy with his gear truly shines when paired with his enhanced abilities. Superhuman reflexes allow him to maximize his weapon's effectiveness. His enhanced strength means even standard melee weapons like swords or staves become deadly tools of destruction. Perhaps most crucially, his heightened intellect lets him outthink enemies mid-battle, anticipating their moves and countering before they even act. Where Punisher thrives on instinct and adaptability, Deathstroke thrives on preparation and precision. He approaches the battlefield like a game of chess, always staying several moves ahead, and his gear is engineered to reflect that engineered perfection. So how do their tools complement their fighting styles? This is where their philosophies come into play. For the Punisher, his weapons are raw and personal. They're not just tools, they're an extension of the rage that drives him. His arsenal amplifies his aggressive, overwhelming approach to combat. By contrast, Slade's tools are surgical. His Prometheum armor reinforces his defenses, so he can assess and plan mid-battle, turning fights into tactical puzzles he dissects with military precision. His ranged weapons complement his melee skills, creating a constant and seamless flow where he can dominate from any distance. His synergy comes from optimization. Everything has a specific role, designed not just to destroy but to outsmart any opponent. Deathstroke makes everything look like a game of strategy and tactics where he always has the high ground. The dichotomy between these two warriors becomes crystal clear. Punisher wields his gear like an unstoppable force of chaos, whereas Deathstroke uses his equipment to control, manipulate, and calculate. No warrior is without flaws. For all their expertise, Punisher and Deathstroke bring distinct vulnerabilities to the battlefield. Frank's lack of advanced armor is his Achilles heel. While his aggressive approach keeps enemies on the defensive, it also leaves him exposed. A single mistake, whether it's a miscalculation or a failure to overpower an opponent, can be fatal. His inability to rely on superhuman reflexes, healing factors, or force field defenses makes Punisher one of the most mortal fighters on any battlefield. His strength lies in turning his vulnerabilities into opportunities, but those vulnerabilities come with high risks. For all his strengths, Deathstroke's reliance on preparation can be a double-edged sword. He thrives in structured combat or when he has time to plan, but throw him into chaotic, unpredictable scenarios and cracks can appear. Furthermore, despite his heightened capabilities, his reliance on state-of-the-art equipment can put him at a disadvantage if it's compromised. To truly evaluate their potential, let's imagine some hypothetical clashes between these two warriors. In a city setting, both characters have access to cover and environmental resources. Punisher's tactical use of chaos would give him an edge in ambushing Deathstroke, using building layouts, vehicles, and improvised weapons to create traps. However, Deathstroke's ability to adapt and analyze patterns would shine in a more structured urban skirmish, especially when his armor can absorb initial damage for him to counterattack effectively. In hand-to-hand combat, Deathstroke takes the advantage. His enhanced reflexes and melee weapon proficiency would easily counter Punisher's raw brutality. While Frank could hold his own temporarily, Slade's Prometheum armor would likely tip the scales with its ability to deflect blunt strikes and blade attacks. With sniper rifles and ranged weapons, Punisher's sniper skills could give him the upper hand, but not for long. Slade's experience in long-range combat, combined with the range and versatility of his energy lens, would eventually outmaneuver Castle if the fight became prolonged. When you compare Punisher and Deathstroke, you're not just looking at two skilled fighters, you're looking at two completely different philosophies of war. The Punisher represents raw, unyielding power. He is a storm, crashing into the battlefield with weapons blazing, turning any scenario into a reckoning brought down by sheer willpower. His improvisation and adaptability make him a terrifying and unpredictable foe, especially in chaotic environments. Deathstroke, on the other hand, embodies cold calculation. His mastery of tactics and cutting-edge gear allow him to dominate his enemies with surgical precision. Every weapon he wields is part of a strategy, every attack part of a plan. So who holds the tactical supremacy? It depends on the battlefield. In a battle of chaos where adaptability and resourcefulness are key, Punisher might force his way to victory, but on a structured battlefield or in one-on-one combat, Deathstroke's preparation, intellect, and technological edge could give him the final say. Now it's your turn. Who do you believe would walk away the victor in this ultimate clash of strategy, weaponry, and skill? Is Punisher's relentless firepower enough to topple Deathstroke's layers of precision and planning? Or does Deathstroke's calculated dominance outclass Punisher's raw, unrelenting force? Let us know in the comments below and sharpen your wit as we unravel more tactical showdowns in the future. Stay tuned. This fight is far from over.